customers.
How long will you be gone this time?
I'll be home into the week, Saturday.
Better than you usually do. Where will you be?
Made my route out for you. I'll leave it on the mantel.
Hey, Mr. Flood, Douglas here for tires ready at the garage.
Okay, Ed. I'll be down to get it.
Reuben, you've waited this long. Why don't you wait now until morning? It's almost supper time. You couldn't see any customers tonight, no matter where you went. Wait until morning, Reuben. I'll get up early and fix breakfast. I'll even make you biscuits.
Should have been gone first thing this morning. Here it is Monday, and I'm just getting away. I can make it to Muskogee tonight. And get on to Chickasaw. I'll be done by noon then.
I wish you were home more, Reuben.
I gotta make a living.
What do the men make a living without traveling all over the country selling harness?
Well, the men make a living is their business. I gotta make mine the best way I know how. Sure can't be no schoolmaster like the old man was when he brought you out here from Pennsylvania. Can't be no dentist like your brother-in-law Morris. I was raised on a ranch. I'd spend my life on it. Selling harness is about all I'm prepared for. As long as there's any harness to sell.
And the other women having their husbands home all the time. I never have anybody to take me anyplace. I live like a widow.
What do you want me to do? Quit my job and stay home here to pleasure you every day?
Oh, Ben, don't say that.
Jesus Christ, you talk like a man had nothing else to do but stay home here and entertain you.
It's not me I'm worried about, Reuben. It's the children. We've got a daughter 16 years old now. You realize that? Ringy's 16. Sonny's 12. Sometimes they act like they don't have a father.
You're always telling me how good they're doing at school. Girl plays the piano, don't she? Boy does something too. Gets up and speaks pieces or something like
They're
that.
not on a clean start.
Seems to me you get along all right without me.
I'm worried about them, Reuben. Ringy, she's so shy of people her own age. She doesn't have any confidence at all. And I don't know how to give her any. But you could, Reuben. Her eyes light up like candles every time you come near.
Come on now, Cora.
True. And the boy. The other boys tease him and call him names he doesn't know how to get along with.
You ought to beat the tar out of the other boys.
I do, Reuben. Not like anyone I ever knew. Needs a father. So does Ringy. Kids need a father when they're grown up. Same as they need a mother.
You didn't always talk like that. Jesus Christ, when those kids were born, you held them so close to you. You made me think they were your own personal property, and I didn't have nothing to do with them at all.
It's not so.
The hell it ain't. They just holler and make over them. They think I'm being mean. If I just try to drill some sense into their head.
Say that.
Well, you kiss and make over the boy. I sometimes wonder who's top man around here. I just said I wondered.
You kept him too close to me. It's just because you were never here. I had to have someone close to me. I had to have someone.
You're like an old mare Pa used to have out on the ranch. Never wanted to give up her colts. Keep them locked inside her and make us men dig inside her with our hands to get them out. She never wanted to let them go.
Well, I don't like what you just said.
Well, she was a good mare in every other way. Well, I got my own way of saying things. It's kind of hard to change.
You like going out on the road, don't you? You like pretending you're still a young cowboy.
Well, it's a bad life.
Reuben, there are ever so many things you could do here in town. Mr. Vinny down the corner, he makes a good living just selling groceries to the neighborhood people. We could find a store like that, Reuben. The kids and I would help. And you'd be happier doing something like that. Reuben, I know you would.
Don't tell me how to be happy. I've told you over and over. I ain't gonna spend my life cooped up in no store.
Filling station.
God damn it, Cora, I don't mean to have that kind of life. I just wasn't cut out for it. Quit picking at me. We've been married for 17 years now. Seems to me you'd be ready to accept me the way I am, or just start looking for a new man.
I don't want a new man. You know that.
Start trying to put up the one you got.
I do try.
He ain't gonna change. Kiss me, Di. Come here and kiss me.
Reuben, you're gonna have to leave me some money.
How much you gonna need?
Well, can I have $25?
$25? I'm only gonna be gone this Saturday.
I've got a lot of expenses this
I
month.
pay the bills.
Well, I take care of the utilities. We've got a big gas bill this month. Last month was so cold. And Rinny's been invited to a birthday party at the country club. Ralston girl. Rinny has to take her a present.
Me? Buy presents for Harry Ralston's girl when he owns half his town?
I don't often ask for this much.
20's the best I can do.
Thank you, Rinny. The Ralstons are going to have a big party for Mary Jane out at the country club. Here, let me fix that.
But it's all right, Cora.
Oh, just take a minute and sit down. They've hired a dance band out of Oklahoma City.
Harry and Peg Ralston putting on the dog now, are they?
I hardly ever see Peg anymore.
I don't guess they have time for any of their old friends now that they make so much money.
Well, they asked Rinny to the party. I'm grateful for that.
A country club, huh? I got I'd die in a poorhouse where I do what Harry Ralston done.
Reuben.
I mean it. He shot himself in the foot and collected enough insurance money to make his first investment in oil.
You don't believe all those stories.
Hell yes, I believe it. I know him for a fact. He shot himself in the foot. He ought to be in jail now. Said he's a social leader giving parties out the country club. I'm supposed to feel real proud he invited my dog.
I saw Peg downtown last winter. She was wearing a beautiful fur coat, gray squirrel, and lots of lovely jewelry, too.
She's spending old Harry's money as fast as he can make it.
Why shouldn't she have a few nice things?
Tell me they both started drinking now, too. They go out to those country club parties and get drunk and lowered.
I didn't used to be like that.
They're all like that now. The whole town's gone oil boom crazy. Chamber of Commerce says we're the wealthiest town per capita in all the Southwest. I don't guess they're exaggerating much either. All this oil money and the damned Indians riding around their limousines getting millions of dollars from the government. Millions of dollars, and none of them know what to do with it. Come on, Cole, hurry up.
Reuben, if you were to hear of an investment, if you were to hear of a sure thing, well, you could use that money that Mama left me when she died, $2,000, Reuben, and you could make an investment with that.
Or there's no such thing as a sure thing in the oil business.
Isn't there?
Hell no, you make $1 million and lose your ass overnight.
Reuben, you don't have to use words like that.
I do a good job supporting you, don't I?
Well, of course.
Well, let's just let well enough alone.
I was just thinking it makes you feel kind of left out nowadays to be poor. See there? You boys go home now. My Sonny hasn't done anything to hurt you. You go on home or I'm going to call your mothers, every last one of you. And be ashamed of yourselves picking on a boy who's smaller than you are.
Or, cut it out.
You can't stand quietly by while they're picking on my boy.
His battle, let him fight it out for himself.
Touch one hair on his head and I'll destroy them. Destroy them.
Hey, come here, you fat butterball.
Hi, Mr. Bud.
How you doing, Johnson? Let me see how big you're growing. You get fat as a pig. Say hello to your pa for me.
Did you say something? No. Did it hurt you?
No.
They're just jealous because you make better grades than they do. Just jealous of the beast.
Son, I can teach you how to put up a good fight.
I don't think so.
What else can I do? Buy the boy a shotgun.
Something you can do? Ought to be something.
Or everybody's got to figure out these things for themselves. Well, he fights for whether he runs.
I hate for anything to make me feel so helpless.
I gotta be going.
Say goodbye to your father, Sonny.
Goodbye, son. Oh, hell.
Isn't there something you can say to him?
Well, I never know what's on that boy's mind. If he wants my help, he's gonna have to come to me.
You're just not interested.
Hell, I give up. I just plain give up.
Reuben. Reuben. Why don't you listen to your father? Why don't you let him try to help you?
Where's Rainey?
She's downtown. Your father isn't home that often. You should try to get along with him when he is.
I don't know.
Most boys your age worship their fathers.
I like him all right. Where are my movie stars?
Forget your movie stars for a minute. You have got a father to be proud of, Sonny. His family pioneered this country. They fought Indians and buffalo, and they settled this country when it was just a wilderness. If there was a movie about him, you couldn't wait to see it.
Mom, it just makes it worse when you come out and tell all those boys you're going to call their mothers.
Just won't listen to me, will you? Just won't listen to anybody. You're so set in your way.
I want my movie stars.
I put them over there when I was straightening up this morning. Only pastime you have. Coming home here and playing with pictures of movie stars.
Well, I like them.
Not real friends at all, just pictures of all the lovely friends you'd like to have. There's a mighty big difference between pictures of people and the way people really are.
I like pictures.
Sonny, maybe you should go out and play with the other boys more often.
They play stupid games.
People mistrust you if you don't play the same games they do, Sonny. It's the same when you grow up.
I'm not going to play the same games as Daddy just to make them like me.
Come here, boy. I wish I understood you better.
I don't see why.
No, I guess you don't. It's a speckled egg, the old hen that laid you can't help wondering how you got in the nest. But I love you, Sonny. I love you more than anything in the world.
Mom, can I go to the movies tonight?
You know the rules. One movie a week on Friday night.
Oh, please, Mom's real special. I just got to see it.
It's always something real special. You gotta see it like your life depends on it. You're supposed to study on weeknights. You will stay home and study.
Well, I've already got my lesson.
Now you have to speak a piece at Mrs. Stanford's tea party next Saturday, don't you? Why don't you memorize a new recitation?
Well, I can't find anything I like.
I found something this morning in the Oklahoma City newspaper. It's about a little boy who didn't like to take castor oil. Let's see, how did that go? Of all the nasty things you is, I think the very worst thing
Mom,
is...
I want you to do something serious.
Serious? What's that?
I don't know.
My goodness, seems to me there's enough serious things going on in the world without you getting up to speak sad pieces.
Well, I'm tired of all those stupid pieces you put on the paper.
My goodness, aren't they getting serious? There's your sister, be a young gentleman. Open the door. Let me touch this finger. Come on in.
Oh, Mom, it's the prettiest dress I ever had.
Bring it in.
Flirt. Hello, Mrs. Flirt.
Hello, Flirt.
Took up the hat and they took the waist, Mom. It fits just perfectly now. Oh, I think it's the queen scrunches, Mrs. Flirt.
Thank you, Flirt. Hold it out, Fred.
Yes, hold it out. Honey, is Daddy going to be awfully mad, Mom?
I told him he was not going to know about it for a while. He gave me enough money before he left so I could make a small down payment. I bet Flirt thinks we're terrible plotting this
Oh,
way.
shucks. No, Mama and I do the same thing. You should see the dress Flirt got, Mama. It's all red with black lace all over it. It's got a real short skirt. It's just darling. Daddy says he feels like disowning me in it.
Get your dress done too, Flirt.
No, Mama takes me to Oklahoma City to buy all my clothes.
Oh.
Look, this thing's got flowers. Sonny, take your dirty hands off my new dress. My hands are not dirty, still there. You make me mad. Why don't you go outdoors and play ball instead of standing here bothering me all the time? Mom, please make them go outdoors and play. It's my house as much as it is yours, and I've got as much right to be as you. I don't like it. I hate you. Go there.
Rini just wanted to touch it. He likes pretty things, too.
Whiz, he hasn't done anything, really.
Of course not. Kids just antagonize one another. You fight all the time. Stop it! But anyway, for a brother and sister talk, I'm not going to have any more of this.
Well, are you going to take the Ralston girl a present? Mama got me a compact ticket. It's the only thing we can think of. She already has everything under the sun.
I suppose so. Family's so wealthy now. I guess I'll have to shop for something for Rini to take.
You know, my folks knew the Ralstons before they made all their money. Mama says that Mrs. Ralston used to clerk in a millinery store downtown.
Yes, I knew her
And
then.
my daddy says that Mr. Ralston was so crazy to make money in oil that he shot himself in the foot. Isn't that awful? Now, why did he do that? So he could collect enough insurance money to make his first investment in oil. Did you hear that story too, Mrs. Clark?
Yes, you hear all kinds of stories nowadays about the Ralstons.
And you know, some of the ladies down at the country club didn't want to give Mr. Ralston a membership because they disapproved of her.
Is that so?
But when you've got as much money as Ralstons do, I guess you can be a member of anything. I just hate Mary Jane Ralston. Some of the boys at school think she's pretty, but I think she's a cow. And I'm not being jealous either. I guess if I had as much money to spend on clothes as she does, I'd have been voted the prettiest girl in school, too. Anyhow, I'm absolutely positive she peroxides her hair.
Really?
Yes, because she and I play on the same volleyball team in gym class. And her locker's right next to mine. Oh, it's terrible for me to say all those things even though I'm going to her birthday party. But I don't care. She just invited me because she had to. Because my daddy's her daddy's lawyer.
Oh, Rini, it's lovely. Honey, take your feet down. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, you did a fine job. Flirt, tell me about the young man who's taking Rini to the party.
He's a Jew, Mrs. Flood.
Oh, is he?
Do you think it's all right for me to go out with a Jew, Mom?
Well, of course, dear, as long as he's a nice boy.
His name is Sammy Goldenball, and he comes from Hollywood, California. And his mother's a moving picture actress.
Really?
Floyd just found that out, Mom. I didn't know it before. A moving picture actress? Yes. But she just plays the Civitsy parts in pictures. I saw her once. She played a real stuck-up society woman who was Gloria Swanson's rival. You see, fell in love with the same man, Thomas Megan, and she told all these lies about Gloria Swanson to make people think that Gloria Swanson wasn't nice so that she could marry Thomas Megan herself. But Thomas Megan found out all about it by the interest from him.
I don't know very many Jewish people, Rini, but
I hear some of them can be awful fast with girls.
they're not the same as any other people.
They don't believe in Christianity.
Most of them don't.
But do they act with My daddy says they always try to get the best of you in business.
I'm sure there are lots of very nice Jews.
Oh, sure, gee whiz, of course. I don't know what to expect. Kid, he's a boy. That's all you have to know.
Jewish families in Oklahoma City, but I guess there aren't any here in town.
Oh, yes, there are, Mrs. Bud. The Lewises are Jewish. Only they changed their last name from Levin so no one would know.
I guess I did hear that someplace.
Mommy, I'm sort of scared to go out with someone so different. Oh, gee whiz, you're crazy, Mommy. I mean, I'd never go steady with a Jewish boy, but I'd sure take a date with one if I didn't have any other way of going.
Now, I'm sure that any friend of the Gibbons boy is nice, whether he's Jewish or not. Now, you've got a lovely new dress and a great day for the play. I'm sure you're going to have a great time.
Oh, gosh, yes. After all, a party's a party, and they're having it out at the country club, and they're having a swell dance August from Oklahoma City. They're giving favors. Oh, I can't wait. Now, you get your hair real cute, and you'll look all right.
Okay, I've got to go home. Would you like to have dinner with us, Shirley?
No, it's mine. I took big supper for the folks. Mom makes me good supper once a week. Cooks night out. She says it's good for me to learn something about homemaking. Isn't that crazy? The only thing I know how to make is salmon loaf. I learned how to make it in domestic science class. So I've been making salmon loaf every Monday night now for a whole year. Kid, can you help me study for that stupid old civics test next week?
Yes, no.
Civics. Why can't they teach us something in that stupid old school to do us some good?
Goodbye, Fleur.
Goodbye, Mrs. Smoke. Goodbye, Lee. Oh, Sonny, you can come over to my house and play sometime. I know how to be nice to little boys.
Honey, you're heading to the store now if we have anything for dinner.
Can I get a candy bar?
Now, wouldn't you rather have a nickel to put in your piggy bank?
No, I want a candy bar.
All right, as long as you promise not to eat it before supper.
I don't want to. Bring me a nut for a sheet.
Okay, here, get one for Ray, too.
She can get her own candy bar.
Me, Mom.
I don't care. She makes me mad.
Honey, she's your sister.
I don't care. She makes me mad and I don't like her.
Yes, you're going to be sorry one of these days. You need to get along with people in your own family. How do you expect to get along with people out in the world? Bullies tease Sonny whenever he goes outside. Guess they've gone home now.
I don't know whether I like her or not.
Why, what's the matter?
Well, the only reason she likes me is because I help her with her study.
Now, why do you say that? I just do. I don't think anybody likes you, do you?
Maybe we shouldn't have bought the dress.
What?
Daddy will be awful mad if he finds out.
He's not going to find out.
Won't he be here the night of the party?
No, and even if he was, he wouldn't know it was a new dress unless we told him.
Just the same, I don't feel right about it.
Now, why don't you feel right?
Mom, it costs so much, and what good's it gonna do me? No one ever have a good time at those dances anyhow. No one ever wants to dance with me.
This time it's going to be different. You've got a nice date coming all the way from California to be your escort. A lovely new dress. Now, most girls will be tickled to death.
A blind date.
What do you mean by that?
Mom, they give blind dates to all the girls in town no one else wants to take.
Oh, daughter, I'm sure that's not so.
I just don't know.
I do, too.
Besides, he's Jewish. I never knew a Jewish boy before. I'm scared.
Just looking for excuses. You don't want to go to that party, do you? Really, don't you want to have any friends?
Yes, but I
Well, you are not going to make friends staying in that parlor playing the piano or going down the library and sticking your nose in a book. I'm glad you're studious and talented, but that's not enough in itself.
don't want to talk about it.
You're going to have to talk about it sometime. Now, where are you going?
No.
You spend half of your life in there practicing the piano. Will you get up and play for people so they know how talented you are? No, you just hide your light under a bushel. Stay in there behind locked doors where nobody can hear you but your own family. All you're doing pitying yourself in there playing all those sad pieces.
Mom, I just couldn't get up before an audience and play. I couldn't.
Why couldn't you? What good is it for your father to have bought that piano? What use is it, Greenie? I'm sorry, don't cry. Long distance? Would you give me 3607J in Oklahoma City, please? Hello, Lottie? Lottie, can you and Morris come over for dinner Friday night? I haven't seen you in so long. I want to talk to you. I just got to see for my own flesh and blood. Well, Reenie's going to go to a big dance at the country club, and I thought I'd have a nice dinner for him. No, Reuben won't be here. I want some company. Oh, please say you'll come, Lottie. Okay. Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing you. Okay. About 5 o'clock. Bye.
The hell's been going on here behind my back?
Reuben.
There it is. So this is what you wanted the extra money for. Fine feathers, and you buy them when my back is turned.
We're going to tell you about the
The man has
dress.
to go downtown and talk to some of his friends before he knows what's going on in his own family.
Who told you?
It's all right, you told me. I got my own way of finding out things when my back is turned.
You didn't leave town at all while you went down that dirty old pool
I
hall.
got a right to go to the pool hall whenever I damn well please.
Such a all-fire hurry to get out of here. Just had to get to Muskogee
I can
tonight.
still make it to Muskogee. 1995. Lord have mercy, woman, 1995.
Did Lauren Drummond come in that pool hall? Did he? He did. I will never buy another thing in that store.
It suit me just fine.
Why did he have to open his big mouth and was going to pay for it a little bit of
The
time?
finest dress I had in the whole store, he said, walking into the arcade, the big cigar stuck in his mouth. I just sold your wife the finest dress I had in my whole store.
It makes me furious.
Jesus Christ, woman, what do you think you're married to? One of those millionaire women? Is that what you think I am?
I told you he'd be mad, Mom. Let's take the dress back. I don't want to go.
Rena, you get back in that parlor and you don't come out until I tell you to.
See there? The girl didn't even want the dress. But you putting all those highfalutin ideals in her head about dresses and parties and nonsense.
Of course, Rena doesn't want to go to the party. She never wants to go anyplace. What she wants to do is sit in that parlor and play the piano, or go down to the library and study. After all, she's going to want to get married one of these days, isn't she? And where's she going to find a husband? In the public library?
I bought her a fine dress just a while back.
You did?
Yes, I did.
News to me. When?
Just a few months ago. Sure I did.
I certainly never saw it. What did it look like?
It was white.
Reuben's Flood, that's a dress you bought 3 years ago when she graduated from the 8th grade. She hasn't had a thing since then except a few school clothes.
Well, why couldn't she wear the white dress to the party?
Because she's grown 3 inches since then. Besides, I cut it up 2 years ago and made it into a skirt for her to wear with a midi.
Just the same. Right now, I ain't got no extra money for party togs.
No, you don't have money when we need things here at home, do you? Always find money when you want a bottle of bootleg whiskey, though. Always have money for a few other things, too, which I needn't mention at present.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
The hell I do.
I know what happens when you go out on the road. When you tell me you're getting spruced up for your customers, I happen to know better. You think I'm a fool.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have friends, decent, self-respecting people, who tell me what happens when you go to Ponca City.
You mean the Werple sisters?
Doesn't matter who I mean. I've got friends here. That's all I need to say.
The Werple sisters. God damn, have those old maids been running to you with stories?
You don't have money to buy your daughter a new dress. You always have money to take Mavis Pruitt to dinner and to the movies, buy her presents.
I've known Mavis Pruitt ever since I was a boy. What harm is there if I take her to a movie?
You're always too tired to take me when you come home.
Life's different on the road.
Oh, I'll bet it is.
Besides, I didn't ask her. She came into the Gibson house one night when I was having my dinner. What else could I do but ask her to join me?
The reason she came in there is because she knew you were there. You know what kind of woman she is.
Not as bad as she's painted. She's had a hard time of it, too.
Oh, she has.
Yes, she has. I feel sorry for her.
You do.
Yes, I do. Is there any law that says I can't feel sorry for Mavis Pruitt?
She's had her eye on you as long as I can remember.
Oh, shoot.
What happened to that man she left town with after we got married?
He run off and left her.
For good reason, too, I'll bet. Also, heard that she was seen sporting a pair of black-bottomed hose, and you were seen buying such a pair at the Globe Dry Goods store.
By God, you got yourself a real detective agency going, don't you?
Don't ask people to tell me these things. I wish to God they didn't.
All right, I admit it. I bought her a pair of hose. It was her birthday. I've known her ever since I was a boy. Besides, they only cost me 68 cents. I was a little more flush then.
What do you think it makes me feel when people tell me these things?
You oughtn't to listen.
How can I help it?
There's nothing between me and Mavis. Nothing between me and Mavis Pruitt at all. Nothing for you to worry about.
Well, a woman like her in every town you visit. Why, you're always in such a hurry to get out of here so you can go frisking around the country like a young stallion.
Hush your mouth. My daughter will hear you.
Well, a lot you care about your daughter. A lot you care about any of us.
I don't think I care for you unless I sit you on my knee and nuzzle you.
What you need for a wife is an Indian squaw. Should have married one of those women down the reservation. She'd make you rich now, too, wouldn't she? You wouldn't have to pay any attention to her at all.
All right. Maybe that's what I should have done.
Now you're going to throw it up to me, huh?
So what?
You know what?
I don't know nothing.
You never wanted to marry me.
I never said that.
It's true, isn't it?
I'm telling you it ain't.
It is. I've felt it all these years.
All right, I admit it. That's what you want to think, go ahead and think it. Some ways I didn't want to marry nobody. Don't you understand how a man feels giving up his freedom?
And how does a woman feel? Knowing her husband only married her because he... Really, get away from there.
None of this is what we was arguing about in the first place. It's a dress. You got to take it back.
I
I will.
Reenie's gonna wear that dress to the party, or you'll have to bury me.
You'll take that dress back to Lauren Delman, or I'm leaving this house and never coming back.
Oh, go on. Only home half the time as it is. We'll get along without you the rest of the time.
All right, that's what you'll do. There'll be ice cream parlors in hell before I come back here and listen to your jaw.
Go on and get out. Go on to Ponca City. Mavis Pruitt is waiting for you. She's probably lonesome without you.
Or it's all I can do to keep from hitting you when you talk like that.
Go on and hit me. You wouldn't dare. Ruben.
All right, I'll go to Ponca City, and I'll take Mavis to the movie, and I'll drink whiskey, and I'll raise every kind of hell I can think of. Get out of you, Cora!
Get out of this house, Reuben Flood. Don't you ever come back. I will never forget what you said.
Gee, Mom, that was the worst fight you ever had.
How long have you been standing there, son?
What do you mean it, Mom? About now coming back? Mom, why do you say those things to him? Hello, Daddy, why do you say those things to him?
I hate to have you kids see us fight like this.
What did he mean when he said he didn't want to marry you?
Too young to understand me.
Did he hurt you? Did he?
I'm still too mad to know whether it did or not.
I don't think he will be back, Mom. What'll we do?
Don't worry, Renie.
Will we have to go to the poorhouse?
Quit worrying.
But if Daddy doesn't come back...
I've got the money Mama left me, don't I? Well, if worst comes to worst, we can always go to Oklahoma City and move in with your Aunt Lonnie and Uncle Morris.
Daddy! Mommy! Glad Daddy's gone. She's glad.
I don't care. I want to move to Oklahoma City.
You don't. This is home. This isn't. I don't want to move.
Children.
I hate you. I hate you too. There. Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City. I want to move to Oklahoma City.
Stop it! There's been enough talking in this house for one night. Renie, take your dress upstairs and hang it in the closet.
I hate the old dress now. It's caused all the trouble. I hate it, and I don't want it.
Do as I say. I'll wear that dress to the party if I have to take you there myself. Next time you're invited to a party, you can wear a hand-me-down.
Oklahoma City.
Come fix dinner. I don't suppose any of us gonna eat.
I do. I'm hungry.
You are? Come here, boy. Do you love me, Sonny? You love your old mom?
More than all the world with its kids around.
God, I don't know what I'd do without you kids. I hope you'll always love me, Sonny. Where you going, Daddy?
Mom, I'm gonna sell my autographed picture of Fatty Arbuckle. Nelson Dalrymple said she'd give 15 cents for it. Fatty Arbuckle is one of my favorites anymore. If I sell a picture, I have enough to go to the movies and buy a sack of popcorn besides.
If all the world was falling down around you, you'd still want to go to the movies, wouldn't you?
I don't see why not.
Your mother's unhappy. Does that mean anything to you?
Well, I'm sorry.
I want you kids to stay close to me tonight. Can you understand that? Oh, God, wouldn't it be nice if life could be as sweet as music? Come on, boy, help me set the table.
away the teardrops and the sunshine.
Go upstairs and get ready for your party. Sonny?
There are smiles
Sonny?
that have a tender meaning.
What, Morris?
The eyes of love.
Thank you, Morris. Rini,
But the
go upstairs
smiles
and
that
get ready
fill
for
my
your
heart
party.
with sunshine are the
Bobby,
smiles
will
that
you stop that racket? A Bobby can't hear himself think. Sonny, I need you to help me in the kitchen. What do you mean? Well, she cleared the table. Now she's got to get ready for the party.
I have to do everything around here.
Oh, I think that's terrible. Cora always was jealous because I could play the piano and she couldn't. Do I have something to tell you? Do you know why she asked us over here this evening?
For dinner?
No! She and Reuben have had another fight. She told me all about it when we were in the kitchen putting dinner on the table.
What about this?
Oh, about a new dress that she bought for Rini. What difference does that make? They could fight about anything. Only this time, he hit her.
You did.
Don't tell her I told you. Poor Cora. Maybe she does have a hard time with him.
Wouldn't want that again.
You guessed it. You know what she wants to do now, honey? She wants to bring those kids and come to Oklahoma City and live with us. She said about the some time ago, and I guess maybe I did, but my God, I never thought she'd do it. Perfectly miserable with her and the two kids living with us, wouldn't we, Morris? I mean, with only one accident. One would sleep in the living room on the Davenport. Then what would happen when your patients started coming in the morning?
That wouldn't work out very well.
Oh, no. Oh, my. And the way she pampers those kids, why, does she have her way? She's full of lot.
What'd you tell her, honey?
Well, I haven't told her anything yet. I was so flabbergasted when she asked me, I just hemmed and, hi, honey.
They've got me working again.
Oh, I think that's a shame. And hard until I could think of something to say. Morris, put down that puzzle and listen to me. Now, she's going to come up to you sometime this evening, and she's going to ask you that. And all I want you to say is, I'm leaving that all in Lottie's hands, Cora. Can you remember that? Just say it real nice, like it was none of your business.
I'll remember.
Now, you say you will, but will you? I don't know. You're so afraid of hurting people's feelings.
That's not so.
Oh, it is, too. Don't I know? I mean, you even had to go to some psychologist over in Oklahoma City because you were so afraid of hurting your patients when you drilled their teeth. Now, confess that it was actually making you sick that you had to drill your patients' teeth and hurt them.
Well, I wasn't really sick about
Oh, you were. Now, remember what I say and don't get soft-hearted at the last minute and tell her to bring those kids and come on over. My God, Morris, we'd be in the loony then inside of 2 days with them in the house. I mean, Cora's my own flesh and blood, and I couldn't live with her to save my life. And I love those kids of hers, honey, I do. But they drive us crazy, you too. You almost finished. You should let me help you. Of course, it's something to me about her getting a job at one of those big department stores over in Oklahoma City. Can you see her doing a thing like that? I can't. I said to her, Cora, you wouldn't last 2 days doing work like that, standing on your feet and taking people's sass. I don't know if I convinced her or not, but I sure gave her something to think about. Do you think that Reuben still sees that Memphis Pruitt over in Ponca City?
I don't know.
Oh, you do too.
I'm telling you, I don't.
Oh, you man. You tell each other everything, and then you want to protect each other, and wild horses and screaming ravens couldn't get you to talk.
Whatever Reuben does like that, it's his business.
Well, I'll bet you anything he still does.
Don't you let on to Cora.
Oh, I won't. Did I ever tell you about the first time she met Reuben?
Yes, honey.
No. Cora and I were coming out of the 10-cent store. She'd want to get some lace to put on a dress. Here comes Reuben, riding down the street like a picture of Sin on a shiny black horse. God, he was handsome. Neither one of us knew who he was. He looked at Cora and he smiled, and Cora got all sort of nervous and fluttery. Came out to the house that very evening to see her. No one probably didn't know what to do. They stood around like they were afraid of Reuben. They went out riding. He brought a buggy, and 6 weeks later, they were married. Mom and Papa were sick. Reuben's people were all right, but they were ranchers. You know, kind of wild, and Cora just 17 and not even out of high school. I think that's the reason Papa had his stroke, don't you? Oh, I will. Poor myself dead married to a man like Reuben. But But let me tell you, Cora was always a determined creature. Mom and Papa were no match for her when she wanted to get her own way.
Well, I like her.
Oh, I do too, honey. I'm not saying anything against him. And he's made a better husband in a lot of ways than I thought he would. But I'm just glad I'm not married to him. I'd be worried sick all the time. I'm glad I'm married to a nice man I can trust.
Well, of course, Ruben doesn't come back.
Well, that's not our worry, honey.
Well, just the same.
Look, she's got this nice big house here, doesn't she? She can take in roomers if she has to. Besides, Mama left her $2,000 when she died, didn't she? Yeah, Cora was the baby, so Mama left the money to her. I'm not going to work.
And Lottie!
All right, I just one more.
Now, remember what I said. You leave it all up to me.
Yes, honey.
Shh. Well, honey, aren't you getting ready for your party? Uncle Morris and I are dying to see your new dress.
I don't feel well, Lottie. She has to go.
You don't feel well. Have you told your mother?
But she won't believe me. I wish you'd tell her, Lottie.
Cora, Rinnie says she isn't feeling well. She says she doesn't want to go to the party. I think she shouldn't go.
There's nothing wrong with the child, Lottie.
But she says she isn't feeling well. Come here, honey. Let me see if you've got a temperature. No temperature. Stick out your tongue. Are you sick at your stomach?
Kinda.
Poor her little hands are like eyes.
Nothing wrong with the child, Lottie. She gets to feeling like this every time she goes to a party.
She's not going to have a good time. She doesn't feel well.
Well, but she's going to have to get over, Lottie. Now, plans are all made. She's got a lovely new dress and a nice date. Can't let her play sick and not go. The Ralston girl would never invite her to another party if she backed out now.
Well, I just think it's kind of funny when a young girl doesn't want to go to a party. Don't you, Morris? I thought of it. Cody's Lawrence, finest perfume made. There was a big drugstore in Oklahoma City that was having an anniversary sale. And with every box that Cody's face had that you bought, you got a little bottle of perfume stuck right on the top of the package. Morris, run out to the car and get that for me. It's right on the back seat. That'll make her feel better, don't you think?
It's awful thoughtful of you, Lottie.
I was smelling like a fancy woman.
How do you know what a fancy woman smells It was a wonderful dinner.
Glad you thought so. All tasted like ashes.
Oh, now, Cora, quit taking on.
17 years we've been married, Lottie. You still can't.
What are you talking about? Well, I've known times when you and Reuben got along just fine. For months at a time.
When Reuben was away.
That's not so.
It's not right for the kids to see their parents fighting.
You've got the two nicest kids in the whole world, Cora. Why, they're wonderful children.
You worry about them, Lottie. You saw Winnie just now. Sick because she's going to a party. Other boys, they tease Sonny so.
Oh, Renee will get over that, and so will Sonny.
Kids just don't get over these things in some magical way. They stay with them and affect them when they grow up.
What they looking for?
Oh, yes.
Rennie, I've got something for you. I've got something to make you smell good. Real French perfume. Morris says it'll make you smell like a fancy woman.
Lottie's awful kind-hearted, Morris.
Thanks a lot of your kids for us.
I know she does. Morris, I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I could take the kids to Oklahoma City
Cora.
and school time?
Cora, why don't you let me fix Renee's hair for her? I can make her look like a real baby doll. I mean, I'm an artist at it. Morris took me to a party at the Shrine last week, and everybody there said I had the prettiest head of hair at the whole party.
I want to do it.
Well, I can't right now. She's in the bathtub. Cora, when are you going to get your hair bobbed?
Reuben doesn't like bobbed hair.
Oh, he doesn't? Well, you like my bobbed hair, don't you, honey?
Oh, it's all right.
I'd be darned if I'd let some man tell me whether I could bob my hair or not. Well, I wouldn't go back to long hair now for anything in the world. Morris says I should take up smoking cigarettes. Would you believe that half the women in Oklahoma City smoke cigarettes now? Isn't it grateful? Oh, God, what are we all coming to?
I guess I'd better finish up in the kitchen.
I don't know what to do. I hate to see poor little Cora so unhappy.
After all, honey, it's not your worry.
Well, in a way it is. I've looked after Cora since we were little girls. Took her to a teacher the first day of school. Gave us a wishbone every time we had fried chicken. Cora was the baby, and we all felt like we had to pamper her.
And if you want to take in her and the kids, it's up to you. We'd manage somehow.
God, life would be miserable.
Want to see my movie stars yet, Lottie?
Sure, honey. How much more? We're going to the movie store.
Norma Talmadge?
Sure.
Norma Talmadge. Norma Talmadge. All you ever think of that is Norma Talmadge. I don't know what you see in her. Besides, she's a Catholic. Oh, I do I? Well, maybe you'd like to marry Norma Talmadge someday. And then let the Pope tell you how to run the rest of your life. Maybe you swear to give all your money to the church and bring up your children Catholic, and then join the Knights of Columbus and take an oath to go out and kill all the nice Protestant women when the day comes for the Catholics to take over the world.
Where do you pick up these stories?
Ariel Flagmeyer told me. Cora, there's this woman in Oklahoma City who used to be a Catholic that isn't anymore. I mean, she even joined a convent, and she ran away when she found out all these things and wouldn't stand for them. This woman told Marietta that the Catholics keep the basements of their churches filled with guns and all kinds of ammunition. For the day they plan to rise and take over the world and kill all the rest of us.
Well, I still like Norma Talmadge. Got any Baby Daniels?
Yeah.
I don't know what you see in her.
Why, you don't like any of the women stars.
Well, I guess I don't. I hear they're all a bunch of troughs. Honey, when is your daddy coming home?
Oh, he's not coming back at all. He and Mom had a big fight. He's one of your favorites, Aunt Lottie.
Who, Rudolph Valentino? Why, he's not one of my favorites at all.
Saw the Sheik 4 times.
Well, that's just because Marietta wanted me to keep her company.
Rudolph Valentino must be a Catholic, too. He's an Italian.
But he's not a Catholic. Marietta's friend has this book that lists all the Catholics in Hollywood. You know, it scares me a little to look at that face. Those eyes that seem to be laughing at you. Oh, those white teeth. Oh, I think it's sin for a man to be as pretty as he is. I'd be scared to death to have a man like that touch me. Really, they're a nice man. Cora, did you know there's this woman in Oklahoma City that worships Rudolph Valentino? It's the truth, Mariette told me. She's got this shrine built to him down in her basement. She keeps this room filled with candles. Every day she goes down there and says a little prayer for him.
I thought you were going to fix Reenie's hair.
Oh, I guess she's out of bathtub now.
There's a lot of chicken left over, Lottie. I thought you'd like to take some home with you.
Won't you and the children want it?
No, they won't eat anything but the white meat.
Thanks.
I'm telling you, I don't want your pictures all over the place when the young people come for Reenie.
How do you just there?
No, don't scold me, Daddy. Remember what I said. Reenie, I'm coming up to fix your hair. I'm going to make you look like a real baby doll.
I guess Lottie told you what happened.
Yes, Cora. She said something about it.
I guess now that my folks were right, I shouldn't have married Reuben.
I think you're going to forget the squabble after a little while. So is Reuben.
I don't think we should forget it. I don't think we should try to get back together. I think I failed.
Well, I think you're exaggerating things in your mind.
Morris, I'm only 34, but that's still young. I thought we'd go to Oklahoma City and I'd get the kids in school there. I'd get myself a job in one of the department stores. I know I've never done work like that before, but I'd get used to it. See, dear, I've just got to, Morris. I've just got to.
Well,
Reenie, let's go into the bathroom where the light's better.
it's awful hard, Cora, being on your feet all day.
I'd get used to it, Morris.
Hard for me to advise you.
Morris, I was wondering, maybe the kids and I could come and live with you and Lottie for a while. Just for a while. Until we got settled, until I got myself a job, and we felt more or less at home.
Well,
I promise we can be involved. And I do just as much of the cooking as Lottie wanted me to.
well,
I just don't know what else we can do, Morris.
well, I just don't know what to say, Cora.
Would we be too much in the way?
Oh, no, not at all.
Well, I think we can manage, and I'd pay our share of the bills. I'd insist on that.
Cora, Reenie's sick. She's vomiting all over the bathroom.
God! Honey, now, there'll be young people for me. The little gentleman, open the door. No matter what. Morris, would you entertain the young people until I get back?
Monkey, come here. Hiya, Sonny. Is your sister ready yet? Not yet. Oh, shucks. Come on in, fellas. We're gonna have to wait. Sammy, this is Sonny Schleswig, his little brother.
Hi, Sonny.
Hi. And this is Punky Gibbons. Oh, hello. Sir Conroy, how are you?
How do you do? I'm Morris Lacey, Rennie's uncle from Oklahoma City.
Oh, yes, I've heard her speak of you. Fellas, this is Dr. Lacey. He's Rennie's uncle from Oklahoma City.
How do you do, sir? I'm Phil
Glad to know you.
And this is Punky Gibbons. Stand up straight, Punky.
Glad to know you, Punky. Well, anyone care for a lifesaver?
Hi, everyone. I'm Lottie Lacey, Rennie's aunt. I'm Cora's blood sister from Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City's a great big town now. People are saying in another 10 years it's going to be bigger even than New York or Chicago. Oh, you're the little Conroy girl. I've heard my sister speak of you. My, what a pretty dress. Have you all met my husband, Dr. Lacey? He's a dentist. Come over to Oklahoma City and he'll pull all your teeth. Goodness, those are handsome get-ups.
How do you do, ma'am? I'm Sammy Goldenbaum from California.
Oh, yes, the young man from California. Of course, he's from Hollywood. His mother's in the movie. Has she been in anything that we might have seen?
She's in Tom Egan's last picture. Her name's Gertrude Vanderhoff. It was a very small part. She isn't a star or anything.
Where's Vanderhoff? Did you see Thomas Megan's last picture once? I don't think so. We don't have time to see all of it. Have you ever seen Gertrude Vanderhoff in anything?
Mrs. Lacey, have you met Punky Gibbons?
Oh, hello there. I've heard my sister speak of you. Your family's very prominent in town, I think. What did you say? Thank you very much. Go on, Rennie. We'll have to wait a little while. Renie's not quite ready.
Not another word, Rennie.
My sister's upstairs helping her get ready. We'll have to entertain ourselves. Do any of you play Mahjong?
I want to play some music. Got any new piano rolls, Sonny? A few. Gee, I wish you had a Victrola like we do.
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Morris and I went to California once to a Shriners convention. Oh, we thought it was perfectly wonderful, all those oranges and things. Wouldn't you rather be home on your spring vacation?
I guess I don't really have a home, Mrs. Lacey.
Well, didn't you tell me your mother lived out there?
Yes, but you see, she's awfully busy moving pictures. Oh, she feels awfully bad that she doesn't have more time for me. Really, she does, but she doesn't have a place for me where she lives. But it's not her fault.
Where's your father?
Oh, I never knew him.
You never knew your father?
No, you see, he died before I was born. My mother's been married a few times since then, but I've never met any of her husbands. Although they were all very fine gentlemen.
I just never knew anyone that didn't have a home. Have you spent your entire life in military academies?
Just about. I bet I've been in almost every military academy in the whole country. No, I take that back. There's some I didn't go to. I mean, there's some that wouldn't take me.
I'm going to say you're a Jew.
Honey,
Oh, well, yes, honey. I guess I am.
well, that's perfectly all right. Oh, we don't think a thing about a person being Jewish, do we, Morris?
No, of course not.
My father was Jewish, my mother told me. My mother isn't Jewish at all. Oh, my mother has the most beautiful blonde hair. I guess I take after my father. It looks anyhow. My father was an actor too, but he got killed in an automobile accident.
Oh, that's too bad. Honey, I think you should apologize.
Did I say something wrong?
Oh, you didn't say anything wrong, son. It doesn't bother me that I'm Jewish. Not anymore. I guess it used to a little. Yes, it used to a little.
You know what you ought to do? You ought to join the Christian Science Church. Now, I'm not a member myself, but I know this Jewish woman in Oklahoma City who was very unhappy. She joined the Christian Science Church and has been happy as a lark ever since.
I didn't mean to say anything bad.
Oh, you didn't say anything wrong, son. Would you care to dance, ma'am?
Me? Oh, my goodness, no. I haven't danced since I was a girl. But I certainly appreciate your help. Be respectful, Morris.
You want a horsey ride, sonny?
Oh, Punky, that's not it. And then, yes, it's a wonderful step, and all the kids are doing it. Would you like a cookie?
Gee, I guess it'd be pretty
Yeah,
strange.
I've got a better idea.
clothes.
They gave them to me at the academy, sir.
Why do you wear a sword?
I wear swords to protect myself. See, to kill all the villains in the world. Oh, don't worry, ma'am. It isn't sharp. You can't hurt anyone with it, even if I wanted to. Just wear it for show.
Can I have a sword? I want a sword.
Do you, Sonny? Do you want a sword? Here, Sonny, I'll give you my sword for all the good it'll do you.
Cora will probably buy Sonny a sword now. Sonny, be careful with that thing.
What do you want a sword for, Sonny?
To show people.
Oh, Sonny, be careful.
What do you want to show people, Sonny?
Just to show them.
Oh, Sonny, darling, please don't play with that nasty thing anymore.
Well, what do we do now? Are there any games you want to play? Do you want to fight Indians? Or set bear traps? Or go flying over volcanoes? Or climb the Alps? Gee. So do I. But we can't. Not tonight anyway. What else do you want to do?
I can show you my movie stars.
I've had enough of movie stars. What else?
I can speak a piece.
You can't. Hey, everyone. Sonny's going to speak a piece.
Oh, Morris, did you hear that? Sonny's going to speak a piece.
Understand, sir.
He's got a little platform in the parlor where he practices.
Into the parlor, everyone. Into the parlor. Hear Sonny speak his piece.
Well, come on, Punky. We have to listen, don't we?
Quiet, everyone. Quiet.
To be or not to be? That is the question. But it is not in the mind to sow. The slings and arrows of rage sport. To take arms against the sea of troubles, in my opinion. To die, to sleep, no more. And by sleepless sailing in the heartache, a thousand mental shocks. To the consummation devoutly to be reached. To die, to sleep, to sleep. Chance to dream.
And he's reciting. He's reciting Shakespeare. He must have got that dusty old volume out of the bookcase and memorized it all on his own. Look, Minnie, there's your young man. Isn't he handsome? And he's going to have a good time. Feel it in my bones.
That was wonderful, Sonny.
Oh, he's a second Jackie Coogan.
That was just wonderful, Sonny.
Cora, you should have been there. Sonny recited Shakespeare, and it was just wonderful.
Yes, I
Sonny's
heard.
a genius. I'm going to take you to Hollywood, Sonny. Put you in the movies. You'll be the greatest actor out there.
Oh, I think Shakespeare's just wonderful. I'm going to read him someday. Really, I am.
Good evening, young man. I'm Mrs. Flood.
Beg your pardon, ma'am. I'm Sammy.
Welcome. You see, my son's been entertaining you.
He sure has.
He started speaking pieces about a year ago. Picked it up. Some people think he's talented.
Oh, I think so too, ma'am. Very.
Rennie. Sammy, this is my daughter, Rennie.
Good evening, Rainey. You certainly look nice. That's a very beautiful dress.
Isn't it cute? I helped you pick it out. Ouch!
Gee, I didn't expect you to be, well, like you are. I mean, well, Punky told me you're a friend of Flirt's, so I just naturally thought you'd be, well, kind of like Flirt is. Although Flirt's a very nice person, I didn't mean to imply anything against her. You're very nice, too, in a different way.
Thank you.
Would you call me Sammy? And may I call you Rainey?
Guess so.
It's awfully nice of you to let me take you to this party. I just know how a girl feels getting taken out by some crazy guy she doesn't even know.
That's all right. After all, you don't know anything about me either.
You know, I've never been to many parties. Have you?
Not me.
I always worry that when I go to a party, people aren't always going to like me. Isn't that crazy? Gee, I wouldn't want to miss a party for anything in the world, but every time I go to one, I have to reason with myself to keep from feeling that the whole world's against me. See, I've spent almost my whole life in military academies. My mother just doesn't have a place for me where she lives. She just doesn't know what else to do with me. But you mustn't misunderstand about my mother. She's really a very lovely person. I guess every boy thinks his mother's very beautiful. But my mother really is. She tells me in every letter she writes how sorry she is that we can't be together more. But she has to think of her word. One time we were together, though. She met me in San Francisco once, and we were together 2 whole days. Just like we were sweethearts. It's the most wonderful time I ever had. Then I had to go back to the old military academy. And every time I walk into the barracks, I get a kind of depressed feeling. It's got hard stone walls, pictures of generals hanging all over. Oh, they're all very fine gentlemen, but all kind of hard boys and stern. You know what I mean. Gee, I guess I've bored you enough telling you about myself.
Oh, no, you haven't at all.
Let's hurry.
Are you ready?
Dreamy.
May I help you to your wrap?
I wish I could have bought her one of those little fur wraps like Float is wearing.
Now stand up straight, Punky, and say goodnight to everyone.
Good night, Mother. I love you, Mother.
It was very nice meeting you, Dr. Mrs. Lacey. Good night, Mrs. Flagg.
Good night.
Good night.
You have to go.
I'm afraid I do, son.
Can I go too? Please, can I go too?
I don't know. Hey, is there any reason why Sonny can't come along? I promised to look after him. Think what a great time he'd have.
Goody, goody, I want the party, I want the party.
Right there, brother. I agree, daughter.
No, Sammy, it's not a kid's party. That was a stupid idea, and I think you should mind your own business. Leave always trying to boss everyone.
I guess Sammy is good enough.
I want to go for it. I want to go for it.
I guess it was a pretty dumb
I
idea.
want to go for it.
Ever act that way. But if you act that way, no one's ever going to ask you to a party. Of course not. You have to be a good boy before people ask you to party. Then they don't always ask you.
I love parties more than anything else in the whole world.
I love parties too, Sonny, but there's a lot of parties I can't go to.
Honest?
It was wrong me suggesting you go to a party tonight. You're not old enough yet. But someday you'll be old enough and you go to all the parties you want to.
Can I?
Sure, now I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get up all the favors I can find in the party. You want me to? And I'll give it to your sister to bring home to you. Then you have a party. You're all by yourself. Would you like that? Go a big party in Sammy's honor without any grown-ups to interfere. Will that make you happy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, are we still buddies?
Yeah.
Forever and ever?
Forever and ever.
Gee, I love kids.
You're the first person who's ever been able to do a thing with him when he throws one of those tantrums.
You know, it's funny, but I just don't know how to feel.
Come on, Sammy.
Good night, Sammy. I hope you can come back sometime.
Thank you, man. It's very nice of you to walk with me.
Good night.
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma City,
Oh, it's a big town.
stay in an extra bedroom.
I hope you like cash. Marie, don't forget your presents. Feeling better now?
Excuse me.
He's about the nicest young man I have ever met.
Oh, I thought so too, and my goodness, he was handsome. Morris said he felt sorry for him.
Sorry.
He seemed like a perfectly happy boy to me, but Morris did look like a very unhappy boy to him. What makes you think that?
I don't know, honey.
Happy? Why, he made himself right at home, didn't he?
I should say he did. He was laughing and enjoying himself. But Morris said sometimes the ones that act the happiest are really the saddest. You know, I think you mixed these things up. She's never going to that psychologist. She's going around magic. Where are you going?
I go for a walk, honey.
Well, don't be gone long. We've got to get started back.
Please don't talk about going, Lottie.
Gosh, well, we can't stay here all night. It's funny. Sometimes he gets up like that and walks away, and I never know why. And sometimes he's gone for hours at a time. He says the walk is good for his digestion. But I think sometimes he just wants to get away from me.
Morris is kind, Lottie. You've got no right to complain.
He's nice enough in some ways.
He bought you those patent leather slippers, didn't he, and that fox neck piece? Well, you should be grateful.
I know. There are some things he hasn't given me.
And Lottie, that's not his fault. I shouldn't hold that against him.
It's just fine for you to talk. You've got two nice kids to keep you company. What do I have but a house full of cats?
But you always said you never wanted children.
Well, what else am I supposed to say to people?
I just never knew.
Cora, I can't let you and the kids come and live with us.
Lottie,
I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
Lottie, I was depending on you.
Well, maybe you've depended on me too much. I mean, ever since you were a baby, you've come running to me with your problems. Now I've got problems of my own.
What am I going to do?
Call up Reuben and ask him to come back. Beg him if you have to. Get down on your knees.
No, I mustn't do that.
Why not?
Just can't keep from fighting, Lottie. You know that. Just don't think it's right. It's still going on this way.
Do you still love him?
Don't answer me that.
Do you?
Yes.
Cora, I don't think you should listen to the stories those old Werfel sisters tell you.
As good as admitted it, Lottie.
Well, I don't think it means he likes you any the less just because he's seen maybe Pruitt a few times.
I know he still loves me.
Just don't want to be intimate with you.
Lottie, that's just animal. Well, I couldn't indulge myself if I didn't think he was being honorable about it.
My God! A big handsome buck like Reuben? Who cares if he's honorable? Can I tell you what the old man said to the burglar? This burglar was walking into her bedroom carrying this big, long billy club. And she was so green.
Lottie, that's enough.
Jeez, Cora. I don't see what's wrong with having a little fun just telling stories.
Talk shamefully at times. When I think of the way Mama and Papa brought us up.
Mom and Papa. Maybe they didn't know as much as we gave them credit for.
You're sure changed since you were a girl.
Well, what if I am?
I've heard such.
Well, that's all it is. It's only talk. Talk, talk, talk.
Lottie, are you sure you can't take us in?
God, Cora, it mean the end of my marriage, too. You don't understand, Lloyd. He's so nice and quiet around people, so afraid of hurting people's feelings. But he's the most nervous man around the house you ever saw. Oh, he'd try to make the best of it when the kids came over, but he'd go to pieces. I know he would. Honest. I'm not joking, Cora. My God, you're not the only one that has problems. Don't think that for a minute.
A few moments ago, you said you had problems too, Lottie.
Problems enough.
Tell me,
I don't want you.
doesn't Morris ever want to make love to you anymore?
No. It's been over 3 years since he even touched me like that.
Lottie, what's wrong?
Oh, Hannah, what's wrong? How does anyone ever know what's wrong with anyone else?
Well, I mean, is there another woman?
Not unless she visits him from the spirit world. There's this woman in Oklahoma City that gives seances, and Marietta went to her. No, there's not another woman. Sometimes I wish there was.
You don't mean that.
How the hell do you know what I mean? He's around the house all the time now that he's got his dental office and dining room. Day and night. Day and night. Sometimes I just get sick of looking at him.
Thought you were so devoted to one another. You had the almost perfect marriage.
Oh, we're devoted, all right. We still call each other honey, just like we did on our honeymoon.
What happened? Something had to happen.
I saw the way he got up and walked out of here with no explanation at all. A few years back, something inside him did the same thing. And something inside of him just got up and went for a walk and never came back.
I don't understand.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe I've been too bossy. Maybe. Then I thought he liked me because I was bossy.
I always envied you, having a husband you could boss.
Oh, yes. I can boss Morris because he isn't there to fight back. He doesn't care if I boss him or not.
And saying he never hit you.
I wish he would.
Lottie!
I do. I wish to God someone loved me enough to hit me. I mean, you and Reuben fight. Oh, God, I'd like a good fight. Anything would be better than this nothing. Morris and I go around always being so sweet to each other. But I wonder sometimes if he would rather kill me.
You don't mean
You remember how Mom and Papa used to caution us about men?
Oh, I remember.
They had me so afraid of ever giving in to a man. I was petrified.
So was I.
Oh, yeah, you were until Reuben came along and practically raped you.
Lottie! I don't want Sonny here and talk like that.
Why not? Let him hear.
Lottie!
I always feel like we have to protect our kid.
Keep your voice down. Reuben never did anything like that.
Oh, didn't he?
Of course not.
God, you were pregnant inside of 2 weeks after you met him. I never even told Morris. Do you remember how Mom and Papa carried on when they found out?
Oh, I remember.
And then Papa had a stroke just a month after you were married. Thought Reuben was the wickedest man alive.
Honey, I never blamed Reuben for that. I was head over heels in love with him. He swept me off my feet. I made all my objections seem kind of silly. He even made Mom and Papa seem silly.
Maybe I should have married a man like that. I don't know. Maybe it was as much my fault as Morris's like Ruby. Maybe I just didn't respond.
What do you mean, Mom?
Cora, I'll tell you something. Something I never told and never really told. I never did enjoy it the way some women say they do. Why, you? What do you say me like that for? Just because I talk kind of dirty at times? Well, that's all it is, talk. I talk all the time just to convince myself that I'm alive. And I stuff myself with food just to feel I got something inside of me. And I'm full of all kinds of crazy curiosity about all the things in life I seem to have missed out on. I'm telling you the truth, Cora. Nothing ever happened to me when it was going on. The first night after we were married, the first time we were in bed together, after it was all over and Morris had fallen asleep, I lay there wondering what in the world all the cautioning had been about. Nothing had happened to me at all. I thought Mom and Pop had been making things up. So don't come to me for sympathy, Cora. I'm not supposed to be good.
Better behave back, honey. Looks like rain.
Please don't talk about you going. Can't you stay all night, Morris? I'll get up early and make breakfast. I'll make you some biscuits.
I can't, Cora. I got patients coming first thing in the morning.
And I gotta let out the cats.
Thank you, Morris.
Gotta force it off and ride home.
Turn around, Sonny.
Oh, it feels better.
Good gizzard.
It was a wonderful dinner. You're a much better cook than I am.
No, that's not so, Lonnie.
Come here, good night.
Good night, lad.
Good night.
That's a fine recitation, Edmund.
Thank you, Uncle Morris.
I'm ready, Daddy.
All right, Mom. What do you have us for?
Thank you for coming, Morris.
Cora, I forgot to tell you. Mamie Keeler's in the hospital.
What's the matter?
No, some kind of female problem.
It's gonna rain any minute.
Too bad.
I can't go off and leave you like this.
I'll be all right.
Look, you want to bring the kids and come and live with us? We'll manage somehow.
Thank you, Lottie, but I gotta work this out for myself. Good night.
Start to rain, honey.
Oh, hold your horses, Morris. Don't be impatient now.
It's always so quiet after Humphrey leaves, isn't it?
Hush, Sonny, I'm trying to think.
Mom, let's move to California. Please, let's move to California.
Long distance. This is Mrs. Flood at 321. I would like to speak to Mr. Reuben Flood, the Hotel Boomerang in Blackwell. Yes, I'll wait.
I bet he isn't there. I'll bet anything.
Hello? He is. Could you tell me if he's been there any time this week? He has. If he should come in, would you please tell him to call his family? It's very important. Thank you.
He isn't there. I can always tell something he is.
I'm upstairs to bed now. Let me up, please. Empty the pan under the refrigerator.
Mom! Mom!
I told you to go upstairs to bed. Sonny, why are you so afraid of the dark?
Because you can't see us in front of you. I do something awful.
The man of the house down. You can't be afraid.
Oh, I'm not afraid. Someone with me.
Okay, so we'll go up together. gonna eat. That's all you've eaten all day. You don't eat enough to keep a bird alive. You're feeling sorry for yourself just because you didn't have a good time last night.
Is Daddy coming home, Mom?
I don't know. I tried to call him last night, but I couldn't get him.
Aren't you mad at him anymore?
No, I'm not mad.
Even though we hit you?
Well, it's defying him to do it, and he did it. Can't blame him now.
I think he will be back, Mom.
Today's the day he was supposed to come back. It's almost supper time, and he's not there.
Yeah, but it's been raining. I'll bet the roads were bad.
Love your father, don't you?
Yes.
I'm glad. The people we love aren't always perfect, are they? But if we love them, we've got to take them the way they are. After all, I guess I'm not perfect either.
You're perfect, Mom. You're absolutely perfect in every way.
No, I've got my own score to settle for. I always accused your father of neglecting you kids. Maybe I've hurt you just as much with pampering. I mean, you... And Sonny, too.
What do you mean?
I can't talk about it right now. Really, forget it. Are you feeling better now? I guess so. The whole world isn't going to come to an end just because your young man left you.
Mom, it was the most humiliating thing that ever happened to me.
Where do you think Sammy went?
Out in the car they were mission with some of this girl.
To Spoon?
Call it necking.
Are you sure of that?
No, that's what all the boys do. They take girls out to the cars, and you know, some of them don't even come back for the rest of the band.
Did you see Sammy do this?
I just know that's what he did.
Wouldn't you have gone out to one of the cars with him?
Mom,
You say, oh, Mom, like that for.
he wouldn't have liked me that way.
Well, why not?
I'm just not hot stuff like those other guys.
What an expression. You are every bit as pretty as Flirt or Mary Jane. Half a woman's beauty is in her confidence. Maybe I've tried to raise you proper. You're 16 now. It's all right if a young man wants to kiss you and you let him. It's all right if you like the boy.
Sammy kissed me.
He did?
On the way out to the party in Punky's car. Bert and Punky were in the front, Sammy and I in the back. Punky had a flaccid.
The little devil.
Mom, most of those lousy boys who were out to college are kind of wild.
Go on.
Well, Flirt and Punky started necking the first thing. Flirt, I don't mean to be tattling, but she is kind of fast.
You're not tattling. I guessed as much.
Well, Sammy and I felt kind of embarrassed with no one else to talk to. So he put his arm around me. He was very nice about it. And he said, may I kiss you, Renee? And I said yes before I knew what I was saying, and he kissed me. Was it all right? Yeah, I liked him.
Now, Brittany, he's the kind of young man that goes around kissing all the girls, and you don't want to worry about him. You did right to leave the party. Of course. You're young. Lots of young men out there. You're not going to have to worry a bit.
Mom, ever want to get married?
Really?
I mean it.
You're too young to make a decision like that.
Serious.
What makes you say such a thing?
I don't want to fight with anyone. Like you and Daddy.
Dear God.
Every time the two of you fight, I feel like the whole house is going to cave in all around me.
I am to blame.
Besides, I think I'd be much happier alone. Keeping school, working in an office building.
Daughter, when you get older, you'll need someone. You need someone.
I don't want to need someone. It's a horrible feeling to need someone.
Daughter.
Mom, the only times I'm ever really happy is when I'm alone, practicing the piano or studying in the library.
Weren't you happy last night when Sammy kissed you?
Just can't count on happiness like that.
Daughter, when you get older, you'll want someone there. Someone who'll hear you if you cry out in the night. Someone to give your love to. And who'll give his love to you in return. Wouldn't want any child of mine to miss that in life. That's your father. No, it's Sonny. Get out a big limousine as if he owned it. Mrs. Stanford must have sent him home with her chauffeur.
Oh, look, Mom, Miss Stanford gave me $5 whole for speaking my piece. And she said I was the most talented boy she'd ever saw. Then she got her pocketbook and gave me $5 whole.
Well, I am very proud of you. That's the first money you've ever earned, and I'm very proud.
And she sent me home with those chauffeur too, Mom. That's the way to say it. It's French.
Stay around Stanford much longer if you find money to come home. Renee, we'll talk later. Do you have anything to eat?
Oh, Mom was just delicious. She had all kinds of little Gee, Lily. And cocoa too, Mama. Lots of whipped cream on top and real high cups with golden milk and jewelry, baby. And all kinds of little cakes with pink frosting and green. Ice cream, too. What'd you say? Nay. No, I don't want any supper. I'm going to the movies tonight to the Royal Candy Kitchen afterwards to buy me a great
Now,
big sundae with hot fudge.
that's the first money you have ever earned. I think that you should save that. Mom, I mean it. $5 is a lot of money. I'm not going to let you squander it on movies and ice cream. You'll thank me for this someday.
I will not thank you.
Sonny.
Look what you've done. I want to see the movies. I can't see the movie. I'll kill myself.
Such foolish talk.
I mean it. I'll kill myself.
Sonny, sit down. I want to have a talk.
Can I sell them up bottles for
Now,
my
quit pestering me about the movies. I'll let you see one movie this week. I don't have hardly any money left, and I can't spare a cent.
Stop that, Fred! You're going to have to bring up that money. You won't even have anything else.
The young man is very sorry I brought those things home to you. I wish you'd been as thoughtful in other ways.
Didn't really have you talk at the party last night?
No.
Serves her right! Serves her right!
Sonny, if you and your sister can't get along, at least you can respect one another. Now, give me that.
What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter.
I do something bad.
I don't know if you've done something wrong or if I have, Sonny, but we've got to talk about it. You mustn't come crawling into my bed anymore. Now, I let you last night, but it mustn't happen again. It's just not right.
I was scared.
Just the same. Not to happen again. It's just not the same when a boy your age comes crawling into bed with his mother. You can't expect me to mean as much to you as when you were a little boy. Do you understand? Grown up in your feelings. It's a strange mixture. Sometimes you're as shy as your sister. Other times you're as bold as a tiger.
I don't like you anymore at all. I mean, you made me mad.
Honey, it's my fault. I kept you too close to me. I take all the blame, boy. Your mother still loves you, Sonny. We won't talk about it anymore right now. Go on to the store before it closes.
Rainey!
Where's Rainey?
Oh, I've got the most awful news.
What did you tell me?
Oh, where's Rainey? I've got to tell her, too.
Rainey, can you come down? Flirt's here.
I'm coming.
What's the matter, Flirt? Did something happen to you or your family?
It's Sammy.
Sammy?
What is it, Flirt? Kid. Sammy Rosenbaum. He killed himself.
Did you hear this, Flirt?
Mrs. Gibbons told me. The hotel people over in Oklahoma City called me about it just a little while ago.
Oklahoma City?
He went there after he left the party last night. He took the midnight train. That's what they figured out because he registered at the hotel this morning at 2 o'clock.
How did he do it, Flirt?
He... Oh, I just can't.
There.
Let's just silly about these things. Jumped out of the window on the 14th floor and landed on the pavement below.
God.
It was really the most terrible thing that ever happened to me. I never did know anyone who ever killed himself before.
Does anyone know why he did it?
No. I just think he used to get kind of moody at times. And he never expected him to do anything like this.
Why did he go to Oklahoma City in the middle of the night?
No one knows that either for sure. And one thing did happen at the party last night. He was dancing with Mary Jane Ralston.
That cow.
Just listen on the issue. And Mrs. Ralston, she'd had too much to drink, comes out in the middle of the dance floor and stops them.
Why?
Well, you know how Mrs. Ralston is. No one ever listens to her even if she does have money. Anyway, she comes out in the middle of the dance floor and gives Sammy a bawling out.
Bawling out? Why?
Well, she said she wasn't giving a party for Jews, and she didn't intend for her daughter to dance with the Jews. And besides, Jews weren't allowed in the country club anyway. And they are, too. They may not be permitted as members, but they're allowed as guests. Everyone knows that. Where were you when it all happened?
Rini wasn't feeling well. She came home early.
He was asking everyone, where's Rini?
Too bad.
The thing like this isn't bad enough to make her go kill himself.
Well, he did.
What about Blabbermouth? Said Mrs. Ralston?
She was a perfect stranger to Sammy. He probably thought she was the voice of the world.
Gee, I don't understand things like that. Do you know something else, Mrs. Ralston? They called Sammy's mother way out in California. Yeah, I guess she was sorry and everything. She told them to go out and have the funeral and out for him to see. And she just to pay all the expenses. And she said she would never come out for it because she was working. She cried over the telephone and police told them to try and keep her name out of the papers because she said it wasn't generally known that she even had a son.
There won't be anyone Sammy knew at the funeral, will there?
Well, Mrs. Gibbons said that Punky was Daddy's photo for her. She gonna come with me? She gonna come too, Sonny? Well, it'll be the day after tomorrow, and we'll all have to get excused from school. It makes me feel kind of strange. Does it make you feel? I think I'll go to Sunday school tomorrow. You wanna come too? I feel just terrible!
Where were you when Sammy left?
Don't, Mom.
Tell me, where were you?
Stop it!
Tell me.
I was up in the girls' room.
And where did you leave Sammy?
As soon as we got to the party, Sammy and I started dancing. He had 3 straight dances with him. No one cut in. Now, I was beginning to think no one was ever going to cut in. I just started feeling so humiliated. I couldn't bear for him to think no one liked me.
Oh, my gosh.
So I told Sammy there was someone at the party I had to talk to. And I took him over and introduced him to Mary Jane Ralston. And told him to dance.
Rainey!
I thought he'd like her.
Thought you liked Sammy. You told me you did.
I just couldn't bear for him to think that I was such a wallflower.
So he ran and hid. When 1 ounce of thoughtfulness, 1 or 2 kind words might have saved him.
No.
Such a bright young man. So pleasant, handsome as a prince. Caught out here on this sandy soil without a friend to his name. Some thoughtless fool attacks him and he takes it to heart. Tears are not going to do you any good now, Rini. You listen to me. I have heard all I am going to listen to about being so shy and sensitive and afraid of people. You can't respect those feelings anymore. They are just selfishness. Rini? It's a fine thing when we have so little confidence in ourselves. We can't stop to think of the other person.
I hate people.
Sonny! I do. Then you are just as bad as Peg Ralston.
But how can you keep from hating?
Well, there are all kinds of people in the world. You've got to learn how to get along with them all. God never promised us any different. The bad people, you don't hate. You're just sorry that they have to be. Run along to the school.
Sammy, 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 home to Mama. Sammy plays the paper doll.
He's protecting him from bullies the rest of his life. Rini, I'm sorry I spoke so harshly.
He asked for me. For me. Well, it was the only time in my entire life that anyone ever wanted me or needed me, and I wasn't there. I never even stopped once to think of that. I always thought I was the only person in the whole world with any feelings at all.
Well, you're not. If that's any comfort. Where are you going, dear?
I haven't done anything to my room all day. I still have to make my bed.
It's Saturday. Change the linens. I hung them in the attic to dry. My God!
Scare you?
I hate to be frightened so, Reuben.
Didn't mean to frighten you.
I didn't hear you drive in.
Didn't.
Where's the car?
Ain't running right. Left it down to the garage, walked home.
Why did you come in the back way?
Well, what difference does it make if I came in the back way? Well, the front way or down the chimney. My boots was covered with mud. One night, track up your nice clean house, so I left them out on the porch. Wasn't that awful thoughtful of me?
Did you get my message?
What message?
Nothing.
What message you talking about?
The route you left me said you'd be in Blackwell last night. I tried to get you there, but you had better places to be.
It's the right idea. What'd you call me for?
I don't remember now. We were in a hot bath. I'll turn on the water tank. What made you decide to come back?
Lost my job.
What?
I said I lost my job.
Why, Reuben, you sold more harness for that company than any of the other salesmen.
No trouble. No one's buying much harness these days because no one's selling it. Or buying automobiles. These harness salesmen are things of the past.
You mean your company went out of business?
That's it. You win the Cupid doll.
Reuben.
That's why you couldn't find me in Blackwell last night. I went somewhere else, regardless of what you were thinking. Just looking for a job.
I apologize, Steve.
Well, that's all right, Cora. Gotta get your digs in every now and then. I'm used to it.
I'm sorry, believe me.
Went to Tulsa. And then at the Southwest Supply Company. Hiring lots of new fellows to go out in the field and demonstrate their equipment.
Reuben, you just lost one traveling job. I don't think I'm going to let you take another, do you? You go downtown Monday morning and talk to Joe Frazier. He just bought up all the curlicue markets in town. He's looking for men to manage him. Please do as I say, Reuben.
I'm here ready to apologize to you for hitting. All week long I've been feeling like the meanest critter alive for taking a sock at a woman. My wife at that. To beg you to forgive me. I feel like doing it all over again. Don't you know that you can't talk to a man like that? Don't you know that every time you talk that way, I just got to go out and raise more hell, just prove to myself I'm still a free man? Don't you know that every time you talk that way, you're not giving me credit for having any brains or spine or guts or a few other body parts that are pretty important too? All these years we've been married, you never once really admitted to yourself what kind of man I am. No, you just keep talking to me like I'm the kind of man you think I ought to be. Look at me, Cora. Don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am?
Hurting me.
Take the job if they offer it. It's a damn good job. Pays good money.
I don't care about the money.
No, you don't. Not till you see Peg Ralston come waltzing down the street in a new fur coat. Then you wonder why old Reuben don't shoot himself in the foot, too.
I promise you, I will never envy Peg Ralston anything.
Not as long as I live.
You ever stop to consider that it makes me feel like a cheapskate because I can't buy you no fur coat? You ever stop to think that maybe I'd like to send our kids away to a fine college, too?
Reuben, all I'm asking is for you to give him something of yourself.
God damn, what have I got to give them? The whole world's all fired crazy about making money. How can any man, unless he's got $1 million stuck in his pocket, feel that he's got anything that's very important to give? I mean it, Cora.
Have such doubt.
New jobs, work I've never done before. Work I never even thought of doing. Going out in the field, demonstrating all that goddamn machinery. Working with new kind of fellas that talk fast and think sharp. They mean all business. They ain't like my old customers. I can't sit around and chew tobacco and joke with them. I don't like them. At least I don't think I'm going to like them.
You said you wanted the job.
I don't like them, but I'm going to join them. Nothing left to do. Man's got to get into the swim, but I'm scared. I don't know how it'll work out. I'm scared.
I thought you had it in you to speak.
Guess all these years you've been thinking you was married to one of them moving picture fellas. Hold up banks, jump off bridges, shoot Indians. They're never scared of nothing. Where times are changing, I don't know where they're going. When I was a boy, there wasn't much more to this town than a post office. I only had 6 years of schooling because that's all Paul said I'd ever need. Now look at things. School buildings, churches, fine stores, movie theaters, a country club. Men becoming millionaires overnight, riding around their limousines, acting like they was the lords of creation. I don't know where things are going, Cora. I'm a stranger in the very land I was born in.
Your family pioneered this country.
Sometimes I wonder if it's not a lot easier to pioneer a country than it is to settle down in it. I look at the town now, I don't recognize nothing. Come home here, I still gotta get used to the telephone, piano, gas stove. Or all these things are still new to me. How can I feel that I've got anything that's very important off our children and the whole world's as strange to me as it is to them? Or I'm doing the best I can. You understand? I'm doing the best I can.
Yes, Reuben. I know you are.
Now, there's a few more things I want to say. I want to apologize to you for hitting you. I'm awful sorry.
I know I provoked you, Reuben.
You provoked me. I shouldn't have hit you. It just wasn't manly.
I'm not holding it against you.
And I'm awfully sorry I made such a fuss about the girl getting a new dress. It's just I was afraid I was going to lose my job then. We didn't have much money left in the bank.
If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have thought of buying the dress. Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want you to worry, too.
But that's what I'm for.
Before that's all I got to say. I love you. Good woman, I couldn't do without you.
Love you too, Reuben. I couldn't have gone another day without you.
Clean, pretty. Man, a feeling of decency, order, respect.
Well, thank you, Reuben.
Just don't go getting an idea. You can rearrange me like you do this furniture every time you want to put it in order.
I'll remember. Reuben, when you have fears about things, I wish you'd tell me.
Hard for a man to admit his fears, even to himself.
Why? Why?
Because he don't want to end up like your brother-in-law Morris.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Hello, son.
Take the groceries into the kitchen. Reuben, Sonny got $5 today from Mrs. Stanford for speaking a piece at her tea party.
I'll be damned. That boy will be making more money than his old man.
Reuben, be nice to him. Show him you want to be his friend.
I am nice to that boy, eh?
Sometimes you talk awful rough and bad-natured.
Life's rough. Life's bad nature.
I know. I keep trying to pretend it isn't.
I'll remind you.
Every time they go out that door, it's like they're going out into life, and they're so young and helpless.
Or you gotta let him go. You just gotta let him go.
I always thought I could give them life wrapped up like a present, all in white, with every promise of happiness inside.
That's the way it works.
No, that's all I can promise them is life itself. I better put the groceries away.
Hell with the groceries.
Reuben!
Is there any chance of us being alone tonight?
Well, I think Rennie plans to go to the library. I'm sure if you give Sonny a dime, he'll go to the movies.
Deal.
Now, Reuben, be patient.
I'm here, Daddy.
Hello, daughter.
Daddy!
How's my little girl?
I feel much better now that you're here, Daddy.
Thank you, daughter.
I've been practicing a new piece, Daddy. It's Chopin. Do you want me to play it for you?
Sure. I actually feel the same as everyone.
I can't play it quite perfect yet, but almost.
Ain't bad. All right. Son, Mom tells me you've been doing real well, going around speaking pieces. You could be a regular Jackie Coogan. I have a customer, has a daughter does that kind of thing. She gets up before people and whistles.
Whistle?
Yeah, like every kind of bird you ever heard of. Maybe you'd like to meet her sometime.
Oh, maybe.
Your mom said maybe you'd like to go to the movies. I think I can spare you the money.
I don't want to go.
All right, I ain't gonna argue. Daughter, that's real pretty.
Thank you, Daddy.
Cora, those kids ain't going to the movies. You come on up now. Get my bag.
They always want to be alone. Married mother crazy. I'm sorry I made a face here.
All right. I'm gonna make as many faces as you like. Quite
want to go to the movies for a night? It's Maggie Murray Fascination. It's our day comedy first.
I don't feel I should.
And I feel bad. I just got to go to the movies. I just got to.
I was supposed to go to the movies tonight.
Please go, man.
Really, Mommy?
Yes.
Where are you going to get the money to take me, Sonny? I have to pay an adult admission. It's 35 cents.
I've got all the money on me.